Greetings, E.ON customers. I'm Alex Zane, here to welcome you to another jam-packed edition of Cinecast as we take a look at what Sky Cinema has to offer this March. Here's what's coming up in this episode. The Ghostbusters make a welcome return to our screens, and director Duncan Jones delivers a live-action adaptation of Warcraft. All that, plus the usual avalanche of movie premieres making their way onto the channel each and every day. In 1984, a bunch of Saturday Night Live comedians banded together to create a movie that would go on to define a decade. 32 years later, and not seen on screen since 1989's sequel, it's now time for a new breed of hero to remind us all that busting really does make you feel good.
Nighttime, my lights on. Ooh, got me scared. Ooh, underneath my bed, I see shadows all on my wall. Man, he must be big and tall. Ghostbuster, who you gon' call?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, did you want to?
Sorry, I'll let you.
Next time.
It's the Ghostbusters. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
I guess we should start with the fact that there is something eternally cool about being a Ghostbuster. I think it'd be great to get an idea of how that feels to each of you. Melissa, if we start with you, you're a Ghostbuster.
I know, I have a really strong, specific memory of the first time I said it. I just talked to Paul, I was at work, and I came out and somebody said, "What's the matter with you?" They said, you look a little crazy. And I was like, I don't know. And they were like, well, now it's getting weirder, so either say something or stop making that face. And I was like, and they're like, what? And I was like, I'm gonna be a Ghostbuster! It just seemed like the nuttiest thing to say, and I realized that, like, I got a little, like, goosebumps all over, and I really felt like, oh my God, to actually say that for the first time. And like, I went home and told my kid, like, to just say it was like, okay, that's a before and after thing. It was just super cool. I was such a huge fan of the first two that it seemed surreal. And here we go!
I guess she's not bending her knees enough, right?
She's doing a marvelous impression of a deflating balloon. We just gotta let her ride it out until she's out of juice.
For me, the hugest deal is that you have 4 women who are the leads of the movie, and they're in jumpsuits, and the jumpsuits are not skin tight. And that's, to my knowledge, the first that's ever happened. And I am in love with its existence, and that I got to be a part of that is just the greatest honor that's ever been bestowed upon me.
Do you have any idea how many federal regulations you're breaking on a daily basis?
1,
No.
2.
No.
Is it 1?
Just sit quietly.
I was in the tub. I take a bubble bath every day. I have a towel where I wrap so my hair doesn't get wet. And I sit in my bubble bath with champagne, and I have one of those phones, the gold, the gold and white ones that you with the
Princess Cradle?
The Princess Cradle.
Princess Cradle, I have one.
I said, hello. Hello, Hollywood. Hello, Hollywood. And I will never forget it.
Hello, hi. My name is Erin Gilbert, Doctor of Particle Physics at Columbia.
Let me see, 85 is when it came out, right? So I was like, I just graduated from high school, so like it was like one of the coolest movies because Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd was in it, and Bill Murray was like the funniest person. So I think 3 days after I became a cast member, that's when I found out that I was going to be a Ghostbuster from Paul. And I just remember walking down the street thinking of the music and was like walking because I had on these heels, and I was like, I even started like Ray Jr. and I was like,
I like the idea
and
of
people,
just watching you, your heels on. And
yeah, and people was looking at me. They was like, oh my gosh, she's such in a good mood. I was like, was that there before? Please do not answer.
Having already wowed audiences with his outstanding debut Moon and thrilling follow-up Source Code, the time had arrived for director Duncan Jones to finally step up and deliver his very own big screen blockbuster. And not one to shy away from a challenge, he opted to use cutting-edge mocap technology to bring the massively popular computer game Warcraft to life.
For years, our world has been at peace. But something is coming. I can feel it.
Peace in the realm of Azeroth is about to be shattered as a portal between the human and orc worlds is opened. A hero from either side must form an unlikely alliance in order to save their world.
Why are you here?
To save our people.
Before the film started, I had about 500 days played. I was ranked in the top 10 of my class on World of Logs for 3 straight years on every fight in Wrath of the Lich King. I've got every character at max level. I've read the fan fiction. Yeah, I know as much as probably most of the people who made the game.
This is suicide.
We have no choice. We should attack with full force.
Warcraft as a game has been around for 20 years. World of Warcraft, which is the game that most people know, has been around for 10 years. And the fan base for it has, a lot of their lives are wrapped up in playing that game. So you want to get it right for them. At the same time, as a filmmaker, I want to make movies that audiences appreciate in their own right and that will bring the audience along with them. So there was a lot of thought and time that was spent in making a script and a story that could appeal and pay service to the fans, at the same time bring the audience, a new audience along.
This is suicide.
You're not fair. I will stay with you.
We'll protect the kingdom, you and I.
We will try. My friend.
So if you're still scratching your head, wondering what to watch this month, well, you might find something you like from the numerous new movies premiering on Sky Cinema. As always, there's a new premiere each and every day, so let's take a look at what March has to offer.
Can you imagine what that must feel like? To hold 3,000 people in the cup of your hand. I would like to take some more lessons.
What about a pianist?
Yes, I shall need someone. Someone with passion.
Meryl Streep and Hugh Grant are a pair of well-to-do socialites living the high life in 1940s New York. Deciding to take her love of opera that one step further, Streep's Florence opts to sing on stage. There's just one problem. She can't sing.
Expand your diaphragm, Florence!
Evidence that not all period dramas need to be oh so serious. Florence Foster Jenkins is a fun, playful, and at times very silly watch.
Want to try another take?
Well, I don't see why. That seemed perfect to me.
You're bankrupt. All your accounts have been frozen.
Claire, get me a new lawyer.
Melissa McCarthy takes a short break from busting ghosts to getting busted herself in Rich's to rags comedy caper, The Boss.
Careful, it's a bit temperamental.
It's not so bad.
Oh, I think I shattered my pelvis.
Proving to be yet another perfect vehicle for her to flex her comedy chops, McCarthy is at her wisecracking best and let loose with a character that's never even heard of boundaries, let alone respecting them.
Crystal, what do we say if somebody doesn't want to buy?
Buy my brownies or I'll kill you.
Don't say that, Crystal.
Spoiler alert. I'm in the CIA.
Are you joking with me right now?
The Rock and Kevin Hart are on hand to give the buddy cop formula a kick up the backside in the action comedy Central Intelligence.
You ready?
No!
Sweet, let's go.
No, I said no!
As expected, the chemistry between the two leads is razor sharp, and their enthusiasm and charismatic charm make for a sort of slapstick take on Lethal Weapon.
I got a plan. Might get us both killed, but if it works, it'll be a totally boss story. Cool?
No, it's not cool.
Cool.
No, I said it's not cool.
And that's it for yet another Cinecast, but don't worry, I'll be back next month to guide you through the very best that Sky Cinema has to offer. Thanks for watching, I'll see you soon.